David, thank you so much for your time. If you don't mind telling us when you were working in Sudan, because I wanted to get an idea from you, if you realize from your time there that these kind of factions were so clearly opposed to each other in terms of whether it's ethnic or whether it's to do with intra-military factions, whatever it was, did you see a delicacy in the social structure of Sudan?
Thank you. I think it was always evident, though perhaps hidden. I think, I first started working in Sudan in around 2013, carried out the first national learning assessment in 2015, and followed that through with the second in 2018. So I've had an extensive, long period of work there. But in 2013, having secured the peace agreements from 2005, a country settling back into a reconstruction and transformation effort, trying to make things better for its people. I think many of the tensions and uncertainties in respect of national ethnicity and so on were perhaps more under the surface than one was able to imagine.
And that was, of course, there for the time of Omar al-Bashir, the long-standing ruler, many would say dictator, certainly hard man who ruled Sudan for so long. In terms of your interactions again with people, what were you hearing in terms of how they felt about the leadership of their country and whether they wanted the change that has happened, but clearly not in the way that most people would like?
I think it's fair to say that, everyone I've spoken to and the national mood was a march towards a democratic civilian rule. People were tired of military rule, certainly under Bashir, and that was certainly the mood and the expectation that that would ultimately be an outcome. Now, of course, it moved in that direction, and there was a great deal of optimism. External partners, I mean, the United States, of course, as you know, lifted sanctions. There was much more optimism and hope of where the country would go. Those hopes, unfortunately, were dashed, and peace talks didn't hold. And what we, of course, see is what is happening now, and a brutal internal conflict between essentially the military and a wing of it.
And do you see this conflict between the RSF paramilitary and the army actually diminishing the chances of a return to full democracy? That would be after a long, long, long time.
Well, I think the situation really looks very, very bad, and the worry is that there doesn't seem to be much external leverage that is persistent and is able to hold and secure ceasefires. And it does seem that internally there is a divide now along lines that are perhaps unhelpful but not unrealistic, and the civilian population is divided in its loyalties, and this is a real worry, I think.
David, thank you so much for spending time with us on TRT World. David Johnson in Oxford.